This cabinetry is actually relatively new. I think it, holy sh**. Hey everyone, I am headed over to my duplex. If you had not heard, the entire state of Texas got a ton of snow, ice, cold weather over the last week essentially, and unfortunately, the beauty of being a landlord is you've got to take care of your rental properties.
That pipe busted in that wall right there.
Okay.
It literally shot, so the cracks that you had in that wall, maybe just like foundation stuff, it's literally shooting, spraying out of that, and it just sprayed all over the furniture.
Kevin is an individual with the water remediation company that's going to be taking care of my duplex. My duplex unfortunately got a broken pipe over the past kind of winter storm that we had. I know one side in particular is completely flooded on the first floor. It actually may have seeped into the other side, so we're going to find that out. He gave me a price of about $7,000 to $10,000 for just the water remediation. That doesn't include all of the demo work that needs to be done, as well as the remodel, all new flooring. More than likely, we're going to be in the range of $30,000 to $40,000 worth of work, and this is why you absolutely need to make sure you have home insurance. I'm going to be paying my deductible, and my insurance will go up because of this, but I'll be in a fortunate situation where that particular unit shouldn't need to be touched for quite some time because everything should be brand new. Personally, it's been one of my best investments outside of the initial eviction that I had to do within 6 months of purchasing it. Other than that, I've had these two tenants in here long term, not had a ton of repairs or maintenance to do. Obviously, in this case, it's going to cost me a couple $1,000s for my deductible through insurance, but hopefully insurance will cover all of the remaining damages and issues with the unit. Going to walk through it, see the damage, and also will be filming a little bit more here in a month when all the work is done. Fortunately enough, just a word of advice here, if you do have rental properties or if you're looking to get rental properties in the future, make sure your tenants have rental insurance. So in this case, normally speaking, if you do have rental insurance, any food, any kind of living expenses will be covered. You'll pay for it up front and reimburse you. Not all the time do renters have rental insurance though, and if that was the case, I'd be in a little bit more of a struggled position, I guess you could say. They fortunately enough have found a hotel room for the next 3 or 4 weeks. That's where they will be, and work will be done hopefully by mid-March. I just spoke with the individual that's going to be doing all the work. He said hopefully less than a month. So we're going to go check it out. All right, so welcome to my duplex. This was the first purchase I made back in the summer of 2017. I had moved to Dallas, lived downtown for about a month, and got fortunate enough to find a duplex off market, which essentially doesn't exist, and purchased this one. A lot of the damage you may not see because there's no floating water anymore. I just got to make my way around here and figure out where it came from. But essentially what I've been told from the individual that's going to be doing the work is all of the flooring on the first floor is going to be replaced. All of the baseboards are going to be replaced. Cabinetry, I believe, got damaged here. So that means it's going to have to be replaced. And if they replace the bottom cabinetry, they have to match the top. So if the bottom cabinetry is being replaced, more than likely the top cabinetry is going to be replaced as well. This cabinetry is actually relatively new. I think it, holy sh**. All right, well, as you can see, that's a drawer full of water. Okay, so this I think is actually where it may have started. We're just gonna close this and leave it full of water here. Looks like a lot of the water was coming down from here and through the vents here as well. Let's take a look. See down here, this has obviously been warped. Yeah, there's sitting floating water here. So obviously this cabinetry is gonna be all replaced. So this actually happened on Tuesday morning at about 1 or 2 in the morning. They were sleeping, got woken up, and fortunately they woke up to kind of gushing water. So it's had a couple days to sit and unfortunately kind of just blend in with the rest of the house. But you can kind of see at one point here how high the water on the first floor got. It was almost to the top of the baseboard, throughout the entire floor. Obviously the baseboards and whatnot down here, but who knows if this kind of sheetrock needs to be repaired as well. Trying to see if any of this is soft or not. It's hardened back up, if anything. But we can kind of see where it started. I think it just busted from there in the kitchen. Again, it's been a couple days since it's happened. The floor in here, carpet, obviously holds water pretty well. It's still damp all the way about to the middle of the room. Not sure what my tenants are going to be doing necessarily with toys and whatnot. They'll be taken care of with their insurance, fortunately enough. Again, I mentioned earlier, make sure your renters have renter's insurance, because otherwise that's going to be money out of your pocket that they could potentially go after. So I'm going to break a little bit of the sheetrock to see if I can see anything. This is obviously going to be repaired by the remodeling company, but let's take a look. You can kind of get a little bit better of an idea maybe if I open this up a little bit. This is very, very moist still. All of it's still wet. This sheetrock here, obviously you can see the original color of what sheetrock should be, and then the darkened or moist. All right, taking a look in here, I don't see any pipes, which obviously makes sense. Right above here is really nothing that would have any pipes running through it, so I'm really curious where the pipe actually bursted. When they actually come in here and start demoing a lot of this, they'll obviously be able to find the pipe. It's more than likely from the second story bathroom. So this is the secondary bathroom upstairs. More than likely the leak is somewhere in the walls coming down to the first floor. Not going to be able to show you the pipe that actually burst or at what extent it bursted, the actual physical pipe. More than likely we'll be able to get it when they get all done and in here. So I purchased this duplex in the summer of 2017. It is now February of 2021, so I'm coming up to about 4 years on this property. Overall, not a bad tenant. Obviously, tenants are going to, especially when you have a crazy situation like this where pipes just burst, their house is not going to be perfect, but they've been great tenants. They've paid on time every single month. There is a little bit of sign of foundation movement. You do have a crack kind of going all the way up to the ceiling here, and you've got another stress crack here. So I definitely want to pay attention to the foundation on this particular property to see if that's something that's going to need to be fixed in the future. And this flooring is actually relatively new as well. I had someone come in and do all the flooring here as well as the kitchen countertops and kitchen cabinets. Obviously those are going to be replaced. The flooring also will be replaced. I do have a deductible I will need to pay. But the flooring, I actually had a situation where I had someone install flooring incorrectly, and then I had another individual come out and reinstall a completely different floor. And then I actually, with these cabinets, I had someone create the cabinets custom, and then the painter itself came in and painted when the cabinets had already been installed, and then I had an issue with that as well. So to get new cabinets, new countertops, new floor, and get it done professionally by a top tier company, I'm actually super excited about. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit bump of insurance cost, and obviously there's going to be a deductible that I'll have to pay. But the tenants will be super happy with all new flooring throughout the first floor, new cabinetry, new countertops. All right, so not a ton of visible damage outside of what you can see on the baseboards, and then clearly there's a little bit of water in that cabinet drawer, and then the sheetrock damage up on the ceiling and a little bit of the sheetrock damage that I've done. They're obviously gonna come in and demo all of that and redo a majority of the sheetrock on the ceiling anyways. What's gonna be really different is when we come back, whether it be in a week or two, maybe we can get some additional footage for another vlog or maybe another video. They're gonna demo a ton of stuff in this duplex here, and then on top of that, obviously the difference when it comes full circle and is fully remodeled. Biggest thing here is, first off, I've said it multiple times, make sure your renters have renter's insurance so you're not out of pocket for a situation for them to be in, because I'm fortunate enough that they were even able to find a hotel. I was told by so many other people that I think the closest hotel was 90 minutes away from the Dallas-Fort Worth area in terms of availability this week. A lot of people have it a lot worse than I personally do in this, or my tenants do in this case. But fortunately enough, they found a hotel room for 3 or 4 weeks. They do have renter insurance to cover them. And then on top of that, they do have a good company that's gonna come out and do all the work. So I'll make sure to update you guys as kind of progress goes along here. I'll give you kind of some final numbers at the end of the day too, to give you some insight if you do own a property and this happens to you. I actually have another client that I'm searching for. We're actually under contract, to be honest with you, right now for a 4-plex. He owns a duplex, and it sounds like he had a similar situation nearby happen as well. Unfortunately, in that situation, they don't have a place to stay and they don't have renter's insurance. So that's a completely different situation than I'm in. But I'll keep you guys posted and stay tuned for the next video. Step in my old footprints so I don't get snow on.